of India said start up and stand up, we already stood up and we started running. So therefore, you have a fantastic platform today where governments today are looking at you with a lot of interest to handhold you, to help you understand the initial teething pains, to help you and to guide you and to actually be, provide a mentoring network. T-Hub, you have a T-Works, you have a V-Hub, and a bunch of other opportunities today which kind of provide you the platform and the initial guidance, which was hitherto not available for earlier generation entrepreneurs. So now is the time, guys, to start investing in ideas, to start exploring ideas, and to start really looking out to conquer the world. After the corporate tax reduction recently, from 34%, especially for manufacturing sector, to 15 to 17%, I don't think there is a better time to invest in India, better time to invest in manufacturing than now. Because right now, if you look at the electronics manufacturing sector, or textiles, or any other manufacturing, for that matter, pharmaceuticals or otherwise as well, there cannot be a better time than this. Because now you're on an even keel, on a level playing field, so to speak, with countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Ethiopia, which have been doing really well off late because of various reasons. Now India, in fact, is also on a level playing field. We can definitely feed off the trade wars that is going on, the tariff wars that are going on between United States and China, the large manufacturing bases. We can certainly leverage this opportunity to attract more investment to our country. And Telangana being a very progressive state, of course, any manufacturing that will come our way will certainly be there to welcome you with a red carpet, to welcome you, create more employment opportunities for our local children here. In fact, one of the things I'm very proud of, Shobha Dikshit was just telling me, apparently in an earlier session today, Micromax, one of the large mobile and other device manufacturer, electronics manufacturer, handheld goods manufacturer, apparently was pointing out that when they launched their facility about 3 years ago in Telangana, they had a lot of people showing up for jobs. But apparently off late, they've been finding it also a challenge to find people to employ, which I guess must be a good thing, because that I guess means you have many more opportunities for the local youngsters now. Therefore, I think they have to now start employing from Chhattisgarh and other places, is what she was telling me. I was not privy to that talk, of course, but I'm confident that with the collaboration of government and the industry, because government by itself cannot solve the employment puzzle and employment problem, because government has limited jobs. Government can only offer so many jobs. And unless we welcome you guys with the entrepreneurial zeal, with the entrepreneurial ideas to come forward and work with us and guide us, because governments definitely don't know not anything, but not everything, you know. So therefore, please work with us, help us, also grow along with you, help us grow the employment in Telangana, and help us also provide local employment. One of the initiatives I'm very proud of is TASK, the Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge. I'll just narrate one experience to you with respect to TASK. There was a large aerospace and defense company, aerospace company called Safran, which is a French company which wanted to come and invest in Telangana, in India actually, and ultimately they chose Telangana because of the progressive policies and the enabling ecosystem here. Once they chose Telangana, they gave us a mandate. They said we need a few hundred people to employ with a specific, very, very specific skill set. We've engaged TASK with them, and TASK in fact will provide you training and skilling at no cost to you, all cost to the government. If you want 500 employees, we will train 1,000 and you can cherry pick the best 500 from that lot. The intent of the government is to provide local employment. The intent of the industry, of course, is to have work-ready or industry-ready workforce. So this objective can be achieved, and I also request CII to work with us. You know, we also have our Higher Education Council representatives here somewhere in the audience. In fact, yes, of course, Mr. Venkatamna is here. So I would urge you, in fact, especially the manufacturing sector, because I've seen something wonderful in Japan. When I traveled to Japan about 3 years ago, I went to the Suzuki manufacturing plant and also the Suzuki museum there. When I was in the museum looking at all the cars, you know, and going through all the historical milestones, what I was fascinated with is not the fancy cars and not the fancy engineering that goes into them. I was fascinated by one site, which really made me think. There was a bunch of kids, young kids, in fact, all the young kids that walked up here, almost the same age, third graders and fourth graders, kids in fourth and third class. They were touring. They were like 50 or 60 students and going around the Suzuki Museum. I was completely confused. I said, what are these kids doing here? I mean, normally you would expect kids to be in a theme park, an amusement park, and things like that. I asked the gentleman from Suzuki as to why young kids have been brought, the school children have been brought into this museum. He said, we inculcate a sense of intrigue, interest, enthusiasm in our children from the earliest stage possible. That is why today you have world-class products coming out of manufacturing sector in Japan and Germany and a bunch of other countries. Now that is the sort of inculcated culture that we have to evolve among our youngsters and also among our students in the higher education. That is where I request the Telangana State Higher Education Council to work with the Industries Department to create an industry-ready workforce. We also have to make sure the industry gives them the exposure. So we can possibly start an apprenticeship model, a practice school model, where colleges can work with the industry, the local industry, and you guys in fact can give us course credits for practicing, for working, for actually being employed in industry for 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years or 2 years, the last completion part. Because there's always a huge difference between what is taught in your school, what is taught in your college, engineering college, versus what actually goes on really in an industry. So therefore, my request to Higher Education Council is to kindly work with the Industries Department, enable this quickly, and I request Jayesh, who is incidentally also the now Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University now, in charge Vice Chancellor. Are you still the Vice Chancellor? He is. So therefore, please facilitate this quickly, because I think we cannot have engineers who are not ready to hit the ground running. We cannot have our workforce, we cannot have our students who still have to go to a finishing school after they complete their formal education. I request CII to also talk to your counterparts in Germany, because in Germany this has been done for a long time and they've done it very, very successfully. So if we can work with them, we can certainly create a lot more local employment opportunities, a lot more opportunities for the local youngsters, while of course we are inviting the world to come and do business with us in Telangana. We also want to take care of our youngsters and our students in Hyderabad and in Telangana first. So, congratulations to CII on this wonderful initiative, and I once again compliment all the youngsters who won awards, especially the Intinta innovators, and also all the companies which have won awards in Best Financial Performance. I think Mahindra & Mahindra has won an award for Best Financial Performance, and I told the representative of Mahindra that since you have won this award and since you have been growing it, I think your profit was what, 18% you said? 18% growth and crores of profit, of course. So therefore, we may have to relook at the incentive package that we offered you in the past. I'm kidding. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm kidding. I'm only joking. And also to the best CSR practices. One piece of advice on CSR. I've been saying this on many, many forums, and let me say this again. Please do CSR that is more visible. Please do CSR that is more tangible, because I think that's important. It's important for the country, and it's important for the world to appreciate that Indian entrepreneurs not only create jobs, not only create wealth, but we are also equally responsible towards the society. Because in India, unfortunately, we don't have the habit of celebrating capitalism, and we don't have the habit of celebrating wealth distribution and wealth creation and employment creation by the private sector. Unfortunately, we are still caught in a bit of a quagmire when it comes to that. Therefore, I request CII and I request all the entrepreneurs here to start doing CSR which is more visible. I saw JK Fenner, which builds toilets. So maybe we work with them and build toilets in all of our schools, all of our communities, wherever there is a need. And I'm sure many other manufacturing companies here would be able to create tangible assets by way of ingenuity, which will make sure that the world understands, and Telangana people also understand, that industry is equally committed to societal well-being. Thank you very much and have a great day. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just before we conclude, I would request that on this important occasion, we end with a felicitation ceremony of honoring the Honorable Minister, sir, and MP. Nothing best than a patented technology product itself. I would request Mr. Kusuma Rajaya to please come and hand over a product called Ahimsa Silk to our chairman and then felicitate. It's one of the first products, sir, which is made, silk is generally made by killing the cocoon, but in his case, he has made a product and process which got a patent without killing the silkworm, and it's called as Ahimsa Silk. And he's already got a registered trademark and a patented product. So, yeah. I now request Kusuma Rajai to hand over the shawl to Jayesh sir and jointly felicitate Honorable MP Garu, G. Ranjit Reddy Garu. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. Yeah. I would now request Ms. Shobha ma'am to kindly deliver the concluding remarks and vote of thanks for the day. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I sincerely thank Minister KTR Garu and MP from Chevela, Mr. Ranjit Reddy, and our Principal Secretary, Jayesh Ranjan. They have always been very supportive of CII and encouraging us all the way, and thank you especially for organizing and attending and gracing our Man'EXE, which is our most prestigious event for CII. Thank you, sir, very much for coming here today. Thank you all for attending this event also and being patiently with us for till the end of the event. Thank you very much.